So naturally the cyclist is responsible for the damage to the bus for this collision. Many in the comments are asking, how does the claim actually work though? In this case it is a Lime bike, so it has insurance included with the rental, but what if this was a private cyclist that isn't on a rental bike? Well, most likely people actually already have an insurance that would cover it, but many people don't realise that they would actually have this insurance, so let's get into that. As mentioned, this was a rented Lime bike, so included with the rental is cover for damage to third parties caused by the rider. The bus driver will exchange information with the rider themselves, and then the bus insurance company will recover the costs for the claim from Lime Bike's insurance company. Moving on to cyclists who have a private bicycle. If you live in a house that has home contents insurance, that will have public liability cover included with the policy that will cover accidental third-party damages arising from an accident while cycling. This is usually standard with most contents policies and isn't an optional extra. It isn't to be confused with insuring the bicycle itself for damage to the bicycle, which usually is an optional extra. This public liability insurance would cover anybody that lives in the property and isn't a cycling specific cover. An extreme example of something that's not cycling related would be if you were walking down the street and your shoelaces had become undone without you knowing and you trip and fall onto a car. In doing that, you knock off a wing mirror and scratch the paintwork. You could have that claim go through your home insurance policy through that public liability cover rather than having to pay for it directly. There are exclusions to this cover. It usually does not cover damage that's caused by anything with a motor. So for example, e-bikes, electric skateboards, they would be excluded. So if the bicycle was an e-bike or the rider of a normal bike doesn't have this cover, where do you claim to get your money back? Well, many enthusiast and commuter cyclists will be signed up to a cycling club which gives them third-party insurance for a few quid a month, and if there is absolutely no cover in place, then you or your insurance company would have to pursue them directly through small claims court. Now to quickly cover off the usual comments from those with unconscious bias towards cyclists. Cyclists don't pay road tax when they should. Well, actually nobody pays road tax because it was abolished in the 1930s. Funding of the roads comes from the general taxation pot that every civilised person in this country contributes towards via income tax and VAT, etc. So cyclists do pay for the upkeep of the roads, and they probably pay more than you if you're the type of person that would leave that kind of comment. Why don't bicycles have number plates and why isn't insurance mandatory for cyclists? Well, that's because the cost of implementing such a thing would outweigh the benefits of doing so. It would be a waste of taxpayer money because cyclists don't cost millions of pounds worth of damage every day. Drivers of motor vehicles, however, do, which is why motor vehicles have number plates and mandatory insurance and cyclists do not. The cost to the country of driving motor vehicles is highly subsidised by the government because of the convenience that they bring to our lives. If you are really hell-bent on seeing the lawbreakers on our roads paying more, you need to be levying for higher motor insurance premiums and new expensive taxes on motor vehicle drivers. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.